Atlanta Falcons. Time for teams to start making moves towards the postseason. Here we go. It's week 11. Return starts at the 3. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort.
At their own 19-yard line.
Offense out now to get us started. It's 1st and 10.
Let's go.
They're going to run it here. It's for John Robinson. And he drives that bus backward on a gain of 4.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. That's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
So gain of 5 on that 1st down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on 2nd. Another carry for Robinson. He won't be able to get past the line, and very quickly, Brock, they're going to be facing 3rd down to begin this ball game.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead? Well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. Now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. 3rd and long. They're going to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And they're going to force him out just before he can get to the 35. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
So they'll head up here 1st and 10 from the 34. Robinson on the inside give. And 2nd down is going to be a good bit tougher. He can't even get back to the line. This play loses yards.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, that came at the perfect time.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. All right, partner, testing the perimeter early there. Coverage held up. Could be a tough day for those outside receivers to make an impact.
Okay, partner, testing you here. You've heard me say this a lot. Okay, coordinator's job is to get you man-to-man coverage, and your job is?
To win it. 3rd and long for him here. Has him on the quick hitter. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Defenses are fine with surrendering that completion if it means making the stop short like they did and bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, I like when these defensive coordinators say they want to populate the ball. And that was a perfect example of it. Don't let the playmaker get started.
And he'll scrape together what he can on the return. He gets it back to the 20. Getting a pistol formation here first as they come to the line. There's a dive up the middle. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play. Working quickly here.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 19-yard line.
He's dropping back to throw. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And this defense makes the stop in a big way to bring up 4th down. The Cardinals out for the punt. Only punted once in last week's loss, and he gets this one away. Breaks the tackle. He's still going.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44.
Here we go. 19, 18.
Penix now on first down. Escapes the pocket. He can run it. Oh, Penix lost it. Oh, but the fumble goes out of bounds. Ooh, close call there.
Sometimes, let's face it, it's just better to be lucky than good. Your mind as a runner always goes to worst case scenario when you feel that ball get knocked loose. That time the sideline saved him and his team.
Penix working from the gun. He beams one deep right side. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him, but still plenty of options left on 3rd and short. There he is on 3rd and short. He's trying to go deep again. So the heave knocked away from the intended target. That brings up 4th down.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. The quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not two hands that got on the football.
And that kick a little too well struck. He drives it into the end zone for a touchback. Arizona offense looks ready to go. Here's 1st and 10.
Let's go. 60 Eagles.
Give now to the running back. And some excellent work to drive them all the way up past the 30-yard line. Big gain, 14 on the play. And it's good enough for an Arizona first down.
A gain of 14. And the Cardinal first down.
The play fake. He'll throw. He's going to push one deep down the right. Good coverage on that deep ball downfield. Throw knocked away. That's going to send it back to the line for 2nd.
Listen, this guy's reputation certainly precedes him in any game he's on the field, but it doesn't always keep QBs away from challenging him, especially early. But you know what will deter quarterbacks? Results, and those are the results he's looking for.
Sending him on the dive. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
A gain of 13 yards. First down, Arizona.
Back now, pressure coming. Trying to lob that one in, but no luck. This one misses the tight end. So that brings up 2nd down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. They get about 4 there, need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite of the big meal between them and the first down marker, and that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. To the air on 3rd and long. That's caught for the first. And they're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks. All set now, 1st and 10.
First down, Cardinals.
Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And having gained about a handful there. Jalen Walker firing over to take him down.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
Back to the well again. And he manages to get back to the line, but no further, as we're at the end of one. Through one quarter, neither side breaking through on the scoreboard. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the second. We'll make our return to Mercedes-Benz Stadium after this.
Here we go. 60 Eagles. 18 Cardinals. 18 Cardinals. Panther 11. Panther 11. Let's go.
Third down from the gun. This one's caught. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Arizona. The Cardinals get the game's first points here in the second. So we've got a stoppage now. Figured this might be coming. We're going to take another look to see if this was indeed a touchdown. Four downs to get this across. Here's first and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Cardinals get the game's first points here in the second. Tyler Bass on now for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. The Cardinals kicking team out, and they'll put a charge into this one. And that one hit the landing zone first and then into the end zone. So it's going to be a touchback out to the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Falcons getting ready. Here comes first and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And he's charged towards the line. It's right around 3 yards.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. From the shotgun, Penix. Cut down the field. It's Pitts. It'll be first and goal. Stop is made at the 5-yard line.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Four downs now to get in. Here's first and goal. Working inside the red zone. Has it down close. And just gets back to the line of scrimmage.
You know, I've learned over the years, defensively, they call that the camera club. How many different guys can you get rallying to the football? So that last shot you see on camera, you see as many defenders keeping that to a 0-yard gain. That's well done defensively.
So a timeout comes in with the play clock down to just 3 seconds. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half.
Ready?
Another chance at 6. It's 2nd and goal.
Go! Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Robinson. And he's not going to reach the end zone. They bring him down at the 1.
Ball carrier.
He gets a chunk of 4 yards, leaving them just a yard from the end zone. 3rd and goal.
It's now 3rd.
Now we get to a very interesting call on 3rd down. Kind of a crescendo to this drive. Can the defense rise up knowing there is no margin for error? Just a single yard to go.
Panther 60, Panther 60.
Fullback drive down across. And they're going to say he was short. They held him out, Brock, and now we're going to have to wait and see what they decide to do here on 4th and goal. So the run goes backwards. What do you think, Brock? Is it time that they start getting a little more aggressive, take some more risks offensively?
Not in my book. You've not earned that right. I think a lot of play callers feel that same way, too. I mean, you get to earn the right to be aggressive and take shots when you can do the basics, like, I don't know, run for a positive gain.
A fortunate break for them as they get a gift with roughing the kicker. Their offense heading back out to keep things going. So now then, after the penalty, this is 1st and goal.
Set. Bronco 80.
Robinson can't push it across. They make the stand, and looks like they might have stopped him a little bit behind the line, too.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
And he will score. Touchdown, Atlanta. The Falcons start to fight back with their first points of this game. Drake London with the touchdown. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate. You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. What makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock, so they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. The Cardinals with some nice field position to start off this drive. 1st and 10 coming up. Dive play straight ahead. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
They give it to him again. Just need 2 snaps to steal the lead.
Hey, Kate, we're not even to halftime, and this guy has already got a game's worth of success. And the great thing is that, yes, it benefits him individually, statistically, but you know it just sets the table for everybody else because that play-action pass should be devastating.
The Cardinals kicking team out, and they'll put a charge into this one. And this one bounces into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback out to the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Atlanta about ready to go now. 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Go, 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 go. 19, Tiger, 19, Tiger.
Here's Robinson to start the drive. And they drop him with a big hit, but that's going to sting worse for the defense. A big gain, and the chain's moving too. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Just 2 minutes to play here in our opening half. More from Mercedes-Benz Stadium in just a moment. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Penix here from the gun. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
Still at the 30 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
Penix now. Short pass brought in. Gain of about 8 here. Nice pickup, but he stopped a second before he can move those chains.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
3rd down, 1 yard to go.
Here we go. Set. Count.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Oh, they're on it, and he's dropped again. The Cardinals deciding to use the first of their 3 timeouts. Rigoberto Sanchez on the punt. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. All right, starting in the pistol this time, Brock. 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Back-to-back carries here. Nothing doing on 2nd. They get to him behind the line. Now it's going to be 3rd and longer. Arizona goes ahead and calls its 2nd timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. That one felt kind of counterintuitive there, Brock. They load up the line with that extra blocking, and then the run goes out to the edge anyway.
That's right. You put 2 tight ends on the field, yeah, you can live with a stalemate. It's hard to move people in the NFL, but you do not want to go backwards.
Fits it through the middle. He's taken down just a couple of yards shy of the 40.
A gain of 15 yards. And the Cardinals...
And they spike the ball to stop the clock. Second and 10. Need something positive here. Now looking to throw. No luck on the connection. It's incomplete. Just couldn't get it to Marvin Harrison Jr. there. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
Defensive coaches in the NFL say it all the time. Limit the big play. Keep these guys in front of you. Well, this defense is going to have to stay vigilant because this receiver, he could take the lid off a defense at any time.
They'll air it out on 3rd. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Xavier Watts picks it. And the Falcons will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
Third down pass.
All right, defense did its job, forced the offense into a 3rd and long, and that, in large part, partner, led to that interception.
Such a dichotomy, Kate, in so many ways. Offensively, we hear all the time what? Stay on schedule, avoid these situations. Defensive coaches, you know what they say, earn the right to rush the passer, earn the right to make them one-dimensional, and when you do, they'll pay it off, and they did in the biggest of ways with that huge INT.
Timeout called by Atlanta. That's going to be its 2nd. First down run, nabs him 5. Now 2nd and 5. To the air with Penix. That's completed right side. He's into the end zone for an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons parlay the interception into points. Kyle Pitts with a touchdown. You love seeing a tight end get the chance to show off those wheels, right? And in the best of cases, he can rumble the whole way home.
Kate, think of getting somebody with that type of mass rolling at full speed. Who's really going to want to stand in the way, wants to stop him anyhow? The answer, nobody.
Now after tying this game up, they're all set to center away. Starting from the 5. And this drive will start inside the 25.
Take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
They've got first and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. Looking to throw. He throws a bullet deep to the right side. And the downfield call is going to go unanswered. Defender saw to that. That incompletion means it's second down.
You know, ball skills are not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball, too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge game.
One final shot before the half. He's going to try another deep one here. His final shot of the half will not connect. That falls incomplete. No time remaining in our first half. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. Pretty good field position here for the Cardinals as they get ready, first and 10. Right up the gut. He cuts it back right. He's taken down, but not before he has this all the way to the opposing 40. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, let's give them a little love right here, Kate. They don't always get the attention they deserve on the broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
From the 40-yard line now, this is first and 10. Another carry for him. Well, even a great game is going to have its lesser moments. He can't get anything out of that carry. Stop for no gain. They'll run now on second down. And he's out of bounds just short of the 30. A strong 9-yard effort there, Brock, and it brings up 3rd and 1.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Cook trying this one up the gut. And ooh, this one does not have a chance. They were ready for that one, and the effort brings up 4th down. Another one for Cook. And he can't get the push they needed. They hold him at the line and send him packing after a turnover on downs.
You know, it's almost like the defense heard that call in their helmet themselves. They dialed up the perfect blitz to encircle and cut off that run. And their reward is getting off the field.
First and 10 from the 32. Here's Penix to throw. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Second and 10, Penix to throw. Oh, he got way too much under that one. Too high, that's incomplete.
That's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage waiting for it. They were thinking interception for a second. And incompletion is still pretty good, too.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Throw here, third down. That one complete to Pitts. And they're going to touch him down as they wind up with a nice gain on that play, and they got a new set of downs, too.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless. He took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
Again, Penix to the air. To the right side and reeled in by London. All the way, that's an Atlanta touchdown! The Falcons grab the lead on their first series of the half. Drake London with the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. PAT effort coming up. The point after splits the uprights. And the Falcons break that tie and now lead by 7. Sanchez has it all set for the kickoff. And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. The Cardinals with some nice field position to start off this drive. 1st and 10 coming up. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Look at that power, deep left side. Caught at the 20-yard line. And this will reach the red zone. He takes it down to the 17.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You've got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
From the red zone on first. Brought in. And he's taken down as they very quickly get into 1st and goal.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Breaking the huddle. Here's 1st and goal. Now give left side. And he's in for the touchdown. The Cardinals can tie it up after hitting pay dirt in the 3rd. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
That one splits the uprights. And the Cardinals tie this game at 21. And that one's going to skip across the goal line and into the end zone. So the football will come back out to the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Falcons getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10. Here's Robinson up the middle. Oh, man, nothing for him again, Brock. It has been a struggle all game as this one's quickly mopped up, too.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
Looking for him on the screen there, but it's incomplete. So 2nd down produces nothing. Back to the huddle they go for 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
Kid, I'm just kind of laughing because I could feel the armchair quarterbacks going, I can make that throw. And anybody who's actually made those throws says you have no idea what it feels like with everybody breathing down your neck. That play's got to be right, timed up right, and it certainly wasn't.
3rd down, it's Penix. Well, they had the look, certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect. And now they're stuck facing 4th down. The Falcons getting ready for the punt. And he's only a handful of yards from his own goal line. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return.
At their own 45-yard line.
Pretty good field position here for the Cardinals as they get ready, 1st and 10. There's a dive up the middle. And that carry only nets one on the plunge up the gut.
This offense is now well for some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down. After that drive starts, the very minimal gain.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. They're throwing it. Finds a seam down the middle. And they make the tackle at the 38. Offense in the hurry up here.
It's a gain of 16 yards. That's good for the Cardinals. 1st down. A gain of 16 yards. 1st down, Cardinals.
Pass play on 1st and 10. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Even the best of them can be hurried into a throw before they're ready, and that pressure just messed up all the timing, the rhythm, and the clock of the quarterback.
After the incompletion, still at the 38, it's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he stopped just shy of that 1st down at the 28. 3rd down upcoming. Now we're going to have a break in the action as one of the Cardinals is in some pain, and they'll be out to look at him. Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard. Now put one of the tight ends in motion. Left side, gets it out quick, and it's caught. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26.
A pickup of 2 yards. And the Cardinals 1st down.
Has it at the 7. And he's going to be dropped with a big hit at the end of that. But the effort still sets him up with a 1st and goal. Double coverage deal breaker for a lot of QBs, Brock, but less so when it's target you trust.
You know, it's interesting, Kate, even 20-something years ago, watching Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning work. Every defense would go into every game trying to double cover him, but yet those two, well, like we just saw right there, just got it done regardless.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. From the red zone now. He will score. Touchdown, Arizona. The Cardinals take a lead just before the end of the 3rd. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist, and you got to be an artist that can create when things break down, and that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Takes it just shy of that end zone, and that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Atlanta about ready to go now. 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go. Panthers 60, Panthers.
Robinson on the inside give. Nice choice there to send this outside. It gets about 6 yards on the carry. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
Penix working from the gun. Complete. It's Bijan Robinson. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. Pick up a 5 on that play. And that is good enough for Atlanta 1st down.
A play like this, that's exactly where you want to get him the ball, right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
And they just get the play off. And someone stepped in. It's lateral and it's loose. And they get on top of it. Wow, nearly 2 turnovers on the same play, but it stayed with them after the interception. Here's 1st and 10 from the 47. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And all that for a single yard. What an effort to get what he could there. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and
8. Throwing now off the play action. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Marvin Harrison Jr., the intended target. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. Big moment for Tyler Bass here. We better get all of this one. It's got a ways to go. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
It doesn't take a math major, Kate, to realize how important that field goal was. It's now a 2-score game really late and puts them in the driver's seat to go and finish this thing with the win.
And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort.
1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Back to work after throwing the pick. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Looking for Bijan Robinson that time out of the backfield. And it sets up 2nd down. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did.
Well, even with the pick on that last drive, partner, he is showing no hesitation whatsoever.
Well, in order to play this game, Kate, at this level, you've got to be aggressive. You can't let a previous mistake really affect your next decision. I say this as well. In the NFL, you throw into coverage too many times, you're going to do more interceptions. Well, that took some force right there. That took some serious defensive effort to force the incompletion. You're not going to see a lot of guys ever let go of a football when they got a 1st down right in their midst. But that force, that contact, separated man from ball.
That'll be the 1st and more. And he's brought down before the return gets far.
At their own 45-yard line.
The Cardinals with some nice field position to start off this drive. 1st and 10 coming up.
18 Cardinal.
So early movement from the backfield, Brock. They jumped the gun a bit, and that brings out the flag. There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost them 5 yards. They're set back 5 by that false start. Now 15 yards to the marker. Lone back gets the handoff. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. Their dominance against his ground game rolls on, Brock. Add another stop to what's going to be some real nice film for them to watch.
How many times you think in your lifetime, Kate, you've heard from a defensive coordinator, job number 1 is?
Stop the run.
And they've been doing it.
Takes the 2nd down snap. Absolutely fires this one right side. Brought in inside the 20. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Arizona. The Cardinals can put this out of reach as they make it a 16-point lead. Marvin Harrison Jr. with the touchdown. Bass gets the extra point to go. And the Cardinals take a 3-possession lead.
Falcons 21.
The Cardinals kicking team out, and they'll put a charge into this one. Return starts from the goal line. Returnable from near the end zone. He gets popped quickly there. That's not a nice feeling or a nice run back.
14-yard line.
Falcons getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Here's Robinson. Makes the tackle. Starts out this drive with a nice gain of 8. Second down.
That is just a great drive starter. What every offense wants. Gives you a little bit of energy, a little juice, and now a really manageable second down.
On second down, Robinson. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
You know what I like about a second and short run play, Kate? Yeah, I like getting a first down. But you know what I like even more? That's going to set up a play-action pass in a similar down and distance, and that defense is going to have to key on the run.
On first down, here's Penix. Hits him on the out route. And he will wind up out of bounds after a first down gain of right around 3 yards. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
2nd and 6.
Penix here from the gun. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tough one to retain through that hit. And that makes it 3rd down. Well, he already has himself 1 interception in this game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse, kind of sprinkle into your passing game, because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when 1 pick becomes 2, 2 becomes 3, and on and on.
That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving. New set of downs from 37.
Let's go now. Go.
And again, it's Penix. A lot of guys there, and it's intercepted. And the Cardinals are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Cardinals into formation. It's 1st and 10. Long back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
The one thing I can say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Plowing up the middle. He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on 2nd down.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday. But doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
A motion at tight end left. No throw, 3rd and long. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Nick Bolton has it. And the Falcons get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season.
Intercepted. The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 29.
Atlanta about ready to go now. 1st and 10. Shaking off the pick quickly. He's going to throw. Oh, Penix lost it. And the Cardinals pick it up. Nothing doing on the return, but the damage already done, partner. They take it away on the fumble.
Hey, Kate, these last few minutes make me want to look away. A really rough series of events here for an old retired quarterback to watch.
Wish you could see him up here. All these turnovers not doing it for you, partner?
Well, the interception, I mean, start there. But immediately they're fumbling the ball right back over. It's none too good either. And they know they just fumbled away a critical opportunity. Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
The give here on 2nd. Well, that's not what the offense thought about. They stick him for a loss. It's going to be third down. That's the 2-minute warning here from Atlanta. Cardinals approaching win number 7 on the year. 6 yards to go here. It's third down. They send a man in motion. Air it out on third. Has him on the quick hitter. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for first and goal.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Shotgun handoff now to Cook. Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on second and goal.
Well, that's just about textbook defense and how to shut down an RPO. The coverage was tight, the numbers were up, and then the bodies were there to stuff that run before it could get going.
For somebody who's been picked off like he has, Brock, you gotta admire his determination to keep attacking these coverages.
Yeah, that is risk. Right into double coverage yet again. But this guy's got what I call a high belief.
Touchdown, Arizona. The Cardinals put up even more points in a win. It's a James Cook touchdown. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
Returning it from the 4. Showing a little burst so far. His effort's going to get him to that 32-yard line before he's taken down.
At their own 32-yard line.
Falcons getting ready. Here comes first and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And he's going to go out of bounds on a rough first down effort there. They're going to lose at least a few. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL. But it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock them behind the sticks. Job well done there.
It arrived as the ball did to break things up. So they're left facing third and long. Here he goes, third and long. And he's going to go down. The Cardinals got to him. And that is 3 sacks for this defense in this contest, and that one forces a fourth down.
That's 2. Count them 2 drives that he has put to rest now. First with the interception, and this time a critical third down sack. There's just some players on the field, they sense the moment defensively, and when they get the opportunity, they make the most of it.
And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped.
At their own 31-yard line.
New set of downs for him from the 31. They're going to pass it here. He beams one deep right side. He's got it inside the 25. It's a huge pickup on the play. And it's going to give the Cardinals a first down.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw. When you throw it that deep outside the numbers,